folks, Moose here. So this video is going to be a kind of a strange one. One is Telecom, not Telecom. So some of you have probably been, watching a lot of videos, getting into this, or maybe have been into scrapping for a while. And I'm sure a lot of you at some point have heard that Telecom is like the highest grade boards you can find. I mean, they're usually like completely covered in IC chips and worth way more than motherboards. But not all Telecom is Telecom. The reason why I say that is because I've got a couple of pieces of Telecom equipment here. So just because it comes from Telecom equipment doesn't necessarily mean it's a Telecom grade board. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick peek into a couple of these things. They're phone panel systems, so it's Telecom equipment. But I'll show you why it's still maybe just considered a high grade board, and one of them possibly even just a mid grade board. Alright, so this first one here, I've got a Panasonic Advanced Hybrid System KXTA624. So you take the screws off. If we look inside, you look at this board, there's really not a whole lot of really good gold bearing material on it. We have, it's mostly a lot of these little tiny transformers, which are copper, so it's a lot of weight that's not gold bearing. We also have a little bit of wire. So we've got this board over here, which, again, it's not completely worthless, but it's not even considered, mid-grade. Because there's just practically nothing on it that's gold bearing. And we've got a few IC chips. Those pins are not even gold plated. We've got a few little MLCCs in there. Some gold plating pins in the jacks, but that's it. So this is probably, I'd say, low grade, actually. These little relays may have tiny silver contacts in them, but again, silver is worth much less than gold. So let's go to this one. So this little board, take off that wire here. Or I could just get rough with it. There we go. Yep, that works. So looking in there, I don't even see any gold plating in that. So that's just wire. But again, you look at this board, this is probably mid-grade because, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 IC chips, little crystal oscillator, 12 with that one. So yeah, a lot of this is IC chips, but compared to what a Telecom board buyer would look for, not even close. And the last board. So, pull off the little plastic cover. There's a power board there. But this last one, so, this is the best board out of all of them, I think. But it's still, I would call it mid-grade at best. Alright, so this is probably one of the better boards in here. Still probably mid-grade because there's not, probably weighs about a pound, but most of that is junk. It's all these heavy little transformers. The board itself, there's some little ICs on the back. There's a bunch of little ICs around here. Crystal oscillator. Some gold plating in there. Some gold plating in here. Those pins are not gold plated. And a few other little tiny things in there that may have some precious metals in them. Plus the wires and all those phone jacks. So this, even though it comes from Telecom equipment, it's still not a Telecom grade board. That being the moral of the story here. So this next one we have, this is an even bigger panel. This is a Panasonic electronic modular switching system, 616 EZA phone. So I've already taken the bulk of the screws off. So let's take a look inside of that. And again, we get a lot of the same. You know, it's telecom equipment. If you look at this board, there's really not a whole lot on it that's, you know, good gold-bearing material. So, the board underneath it, though, that's a different story. Alright, so I'm just going to take that off. Alright, so this board over here, nothing on the back. We only have two IC chips on it. We've got a ton of these little phone jacks here that have, you know, all the gold-plated pins in them. But it's a whole bunch of these tiny little transformers. And these little guys are not, those are not the relays. So there's no little silver contacts on all those. These pins down here are gold-plated. And it looks like a pretty nice gold plate. Got a few of, you know, these little thingies here that are treated like IC chips. I really don't see a whole heck of a lot of other things. I mean, you've got all these little capacitors, these little ceramic things that may have, you know, tantalum or silver in them, but not enough of them to really make up for the weight. I mean, this thing probably weighs like 2 pounds. So this is definitely not a telecom grade kind of board. One underneath it, however, look at that. Another just a little power board. Probably worth it to take the aluminum off because other than that, it's a really low grade board. Alright, so we look at this board. This board is a little bit of a different story. We're getting closer to real telecom grade board because, I mean, half of this is just covered in IC chips. The other half up here, I mean, these little things may contain silver in it. There's a lot of these little, you know, transformers again. You get battery, you got to make sure you take those two things off before you try and sell it. The pins on here, really nice gold plating on them. I don't know if you can see that in there. I got another EEPROM here, which I have been really striking out on these things. Just about every one that I've been finding has been the type where it's kind of like silver looking in the window. Yep, just like that one. So a little EEPROM, there's no gold background, so these are worth a lot less. Sometimes the little bonding wires are even aluminum, so really very little value there. But all in all, so this is I would say probably a high grade board, but not quite telecom grade. That's what I would consider it. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to make sure that you guys realize that just because a board comes from a piece of telecom equipment doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be telecom grade. So when you go to sell your boards, you have to keep that in mind. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that bell. If you want to enter to be in my 100,000 subscriber giveaway contest, all you have to do is check out the video description. The directions are right there. It's real easy. All you have to do is subscribe to a few channels, and you're entered. So again, thanks for watching. See y'all later.